ones, there was one clear winner in North Carolina news this past week. Well, besides the thousands of poor and minority citizens whose voting rights were restored by a federal district court ruling against the state's voter suppression legislation, after that, there was one clear winner: donuts. While North Carolina is more historically known for other things that will slowly kill you, like delicious whole hog barbecue or tobacco served any which way you can get it in you, the Tar Heel State has created even more modern ways to hedonistically poison oneself over time, like cheerwine, craft beer, and yes, donuts. It's like the South saw the North trying to make cupcakes a thing, and we're like, oh, we're gonna deep fry and glaze those bad boys. What you got? While there are popular, newer, locally grown franchises like Duck Donuts and Rise Biscuits and Donuts, the most famous Old North State distributor of donuts is Winston-Salem-based Krispy Kreme, which has long been regarded as the superior breakfast dessert to Dunkin' Donuts by anyone who hasn't had their taste buds scalded by overrated coffee. An old television stereotype used to say that police officers with donut residue on their uniforms hadn't been doing too much work. Now, it appears that if a police officer spots Krispy Kreme residue on you, they may think you have been doing too much of something. That's what happened to 64-year-old Daniel Rushing in Orlando, Florida last week when he was stopped for a traffic violation and later arrested and strip searched for possession of methamphetamines. The officers discovered trace amounts of something on the car seats that, according to the police report, was a rock-like substance that 2 separate field tests indicated was indeed meth. All right, from the police report. I recognized through my 11 years of training and experience as a law enforcement officer the substance to be some sort of narcotic. Rushing stated that the substance is sugar from a Krispy Kreme donut that he ate. Lab tests later confirmed the man story, that the substance in question was not actually meth, but was, as he had said, the glaze of a Krispy Kreme donut. Or probably 2 or 3 donuts. How bad are these guys at the field tests? I mean, isn't that like TV Cop 101, the finger dab and tape? Despite the reversal in the lab, I want you to remember that while you may metaphorically reference your favorite food item to illegal narcotics, like my friend Silverman does when he refers to his wonderful mother-in-law's heroin brownies, or I do when I am certain that Lily's has crack in their crust that keeps me addicted to their pizza, there's only one menu item that has actually passed not 1, but 2 police field tests for meth. And that's North Carolina's own Krispy Kreme donut. Hey, we're not gonna do a lot of hole jokes, all right? Because I mean, donuts these days can have holes or not, either way. I don't wanna be holophobic. The second bit of donut news comes from the western part of the state, where last week plans were announced for a custom donut shop with a unique name. And while I wish them all the best in business, and I'm sure they'll do well and draw plenty of attention, because news writers will jump on this just like I am, I have to say that I have mixed feelings about the August opening of D's Nuts Donuts in Statesville, North Carolina. Owners Matthew and Danielle Key say the business's moniker is a play off the name Danielle and the word donut, but they admit the internet craze around D's Nuts, leading to things like t-shirt pre-sales and internet buzz for the business, also played a part. One of the features, according to the Statesville Record and Landmark, will be the ability to select your own toppings for D's Nuts Donuts, though I doubt that will be talked about nearly as much as the name. You know what it was, is after public policy polling put D's Nuts in its presidential polls and its headlines to get a bunch of clicks, and then a bunch of other people did it so they could get the same clicks, that opened the Pandora's box of D's Nuts. Look, I'm a big fan of D's Nuts, always have been. If I had a boat, it'd be called D's Knots. If I had a real piano, I'd call it D's Notes. But there was a time when we used to have to work for D's Nuts. You had to put in some thought to D's Nuts. Now, with people slinging D's Nuts around so brazenly and naming their businesses after D's Nuts, it's only a matter of time before the populace grows weary of D's Nuts. And nobody wants that. Like I said, I hope they taste great and I wish them the best of luck. But as for now, I've got to withhold my final judgment on D's Nuts. That aside, there's no denying it was a banner week for donuts in North Carolina, where you can eat sugar-coated fried cakes for breakfast because your workout is the weather. For North Carolina Yesterday Today, I'm Hayes Permar.